So today's adventure takes us to Daly Plaza here in Dallas, Texas. Unfortunately, there's a protest going on, so it's going to be a little loud and crazy. But the first thing we're going to do is actually go into the repository for a tour. So they charge a fee to go in and actually view the area that it happened. So we are actually standing right outside where the grassy knoll would be right here. So we're actually going to go into the 6th floor museum. So I'm actually walking up to where the Kennedy motorcade would have came in. I'll walk the route and then show you some significant things that have happened. So up here is Main Street. So this is Main Street here. Main Street. So the motorcade would have came in from Main Street. It would have then made its way up Houston Street, which you can see. So this is Houston Street. The motorcade would have made its way up this street here. If you look up there, that's the repository. So the 6th floor is where the shots rang out. So here we're still on Houston Street. Then the motorcade made a left on Elm. There's the 6th floor. I'm going to cross the street now. So we're going to continue down here on Elm Street. And between the 1st and the 2nd light pole right there, this is where the shots would have rang out, in this area right here. Over there is the grassy knoll, and then up there, we'll go over there and show you what it looked like from the Zapruder's angle. So I'm going to cross the street up here. Taken from this vantage point, the photo shows the president's limousine approaching what would be called later the grassy knoll. And you can see it has not changed in all these years. So now we'll cross to the other side where the grassy knoll actually is. So we continue to walk down Elm. Then right after this pole here, so in between the 1st and the 2nd pole down there, this is roughly the area where the shots would have rang out, in this area right here. Then from this side, you can see roughly where the guy in the blue shorts is standing. That's where Zapruder would have been standing. We'll walk up there to that area. So this is going backwards, back up Elm. And of course now there's trees here, but the 6th floor would have had complete open range from this area backwards. Of course, an interesting fact that I did not know is the Zapruder film was the only complete film that showed the full assassination. None of the other filming locations would have had the complete. So there's an actual plaque here that commemorates this area. And then he would have been standing about right here. And if you look at the picture, it's right there on that corner. So now what I'm looking at is where the babushka lady was. She was the only person when the shots rang out that did not move and was believed to have had a camera or a video camera or something as well. I'm going to show you. I think she was over there on that grassy knoll right there. And these steps I'm walking down now would have been in the background. I'll go over there and get a video footage of where that's at. So I'm going to show you now what the grassy knoll would have been. So this area to the right of these steps, and you'll see in the last show I showed you the video, you can see now where it says West 30 and 35 East, right 2 lanes. Back then, it said Fort Worth Turnpike, keep right. But this was the grassy knoll area right here. And this is where they believed that the first shot would have came from. This was designated as a historic landmark, 1993. Here's the plaque for it. So this whole area here would have been considered the grassy knoll. It's kind of surreal to be in this area. That this is where it all took place. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross the road here and show you where the babushka lady was. So now what I'm doing is just walking up here trying to find exactly, roughly where she would have been standing. And with this picture here, she would have been right here, standing in this spot right here. Because you can see the stairs there to the left. Down. So this is where the babushka lady would have been standing, generally in this area. Not exact, but in the general area. Of course, there's where the shots would have rang out. Motorcade would have come down here. Then Zapruder would have been standing right there filming. This is roughly where the babushka lady was. And then between the 2 light poles. So on the other side of the street, between this light pole and this light pole here on the other side of the street, that's where the shots would have rang out. Everybody took cover with the exception of the babushka lady. She did not take cover. She just stood there and continued to record. You can see the 6th floor very clearly here. That's where the gunman was. And then the shots would have rang out somewhere between this pole and this pole. It's very sad, but it's part of American history. I think it's important to educate future generations on what happened and memorialize this so that, you know, we can respect, understand exactly what had happened here. right on Houston. And the motorcade would turn left on Elm. It came down the middle of the street. And it was about right here's where shot number 1, number 2 happened. Then they would have rushed him off to the hospital after this. So then they would actually continue on this exact same route to the hospital. Now what happened?
It says, in Dallas County, saying goodbye to the former Parkland Memorial Hospital, the place where President John F. Kennedy succumbed to his injuries in 2022.
So they took it down?
Hospital walls that hold tens of thousands of memories, including a pivotal moment in United States history, will be torn down piece by piece. The Parkland Memorial Hospital, the place where President John F. Kennedy succumbed to his injuries. This is the original Parkland Hospital in Dallas, the hospital where the old hospital has been decommissioned for years and a new hospital now sits across the street. Oh.
So this is the one over here?
It looks like this.
That's that
That's
one?
it. It's actually the one across the street.
So that would have been the hospital they would fly into.
It's decommissioned.
Thanks for coming along on today's adventure. If you've been here before, or if it's a place you want to visit someday, let us know in the comments. Make sure to hit that like, subscribe button, and hit that bell so you don't miss what's next on our adventures. And if you love what we're doing, we'd love your support over on Patreon. It helps us keep this adventure going. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.